I called him like 6-7 times in a row. It resulted in him like just going offline, going MIA. I think he turned his phone off so that he won't get noticed when I call. But I just couldn't stop calling. Yeah,
Okay
so
lah,
I need to stop.
6 to 7 not that bad lah.
Oh no, what did you do?
I call him maybe like 40 times. No, I was so scared. That
Scared about what?
he was out there cheating on me again.
Well, plot twist, he was. Okay, hello! Welcome back to another episode of If You Know, You Know.
And if you don't know, it's okay. We'll take some time to reflect together today, okay?
Okay, I am Nicole.
I'm Rain.
And today's question is, what have my past relationships taught me about myself, both good and bad?
Let's tweak the question a little bit. I feel like we've talked a lot about our relationship trauma, right? But in this episode, we're just gonna delve deeper into the mistakes that we feel like we've made in our relationships, and you know how maybe we're working to improve that, or how that has changed at the current moment. I mean, coming out of a relationship, it's always important to take some steps back to reflect lah. Know how you can do better. Like, you want to be the person that your next partner deserves, right? So that's exactly what we're trying to do today. It always takes two hands to clap. Remember that. As much as maybe your partner did you wrong,
I'm sure you could have done things better too.
Yep.
It's not always about blaming somebody else. Yes, okay, let's reflect together.
Right. So what could we have done better?
I used to do this thing where like, if they take 1 hour to reply, then I'll take 1 hour to reply back.
Even with your partner?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that was how I knew.
Petty.
Yeah. So that was like quite a long time ago. Maybe my first 1 or 2 relationships.
Right.
But
okay, that's
I
very
think-
long ago.
Yeah. So, but I vividly remember that because I would be like, oh, I really want to reply, but I'll be like, maybe let's wait
She's
a bit.
playing the game.
Let's wait a bit longer. Play the waiting game. Because I feel like this is my very first point of time where I actually reflected. This was a long time ago, but I actually sat down and reflected, and I was like, I should stop being so fucking petty because I don't think the other party deserves that. And it's not saying that they are replying a couple hours late on purpose.
Right.
But what I am doing is on purpose. Yeah. So
Did it ever become like a thing, like a fight or something?
no, it never was. It was just more of a self-realization
Right.
thing.
Okay.
Of like, hey, no, I shouldn't be so, shouldn't be such an asshole lah, basically. Yeah, so I changed, and now I just reply people or like partners whenever I can, and I make it a very important note to self to tell people like, oh, if I can't reply you, I'm gonna be like, okay, give me a while, like give me 20
Yeah,
minutes.
she's been doing that to me.
Yeah. So I've been trying to be accountable to what I'm doing, and like if I really cannot reply, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's just because I'm actually like busy doing something in the moment, so I can't like sit down and actually read your response and think about what to say.
Unless she doesn't want to reply you, then she won't.
No, if I don't reply you, I will straight up just open your message and not reply lah. As in, I'm just direct like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Good for you.
Yeah.
How
about you?
Okay. So I'm the kind of person who likes to I'll talk about like my longer term relationships, because that's where I feel like I could draw out like the most mistakes from lah. We were very different as people in the way that we solve conflicts. He would need some time to think, and I would need to talk about it now. Like, I want to deal with it now so we don't fight. But definitely the way that we both handled it was all over the place. It was horrible. I didn't react well to the way that he was responding also, because he would get angry lah, and then he has some anger management issues, I feel. So because of that, we just fed off each other like pretty badly, because I would not deal well with that surge of emotions, and it would make me want to be like, okay, no, then all the more we have to talk about it now because you're so angry and I need to solve it now. I could have definitely given him more time, more space to step back. Yeah. and not let that fear eat me up lah. Like partially, there were a lot of factors playing into this, I would say, and I don't want to sound like I'm giving excuses,
Yeah, of course, of course.
but yeah, I think the fact that there was on at least on my end very low trust. It was hard to be like, you go and take your time and do whatever you wanna do, and then we will talk again when we are okay. Because firstly, we didn't really talk after that. We just pushed the argument aside, which is another mistake. Yeah, I think I definitely should have been more insistent. Like, we have to talk about it, because he was not a very confrontational person in that aspect, I guess. But
Okay.
that meant that we didn't deal with our problems as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so time and space, that's really important. Maybe I'm not sure if in the next relationship I'll evolve to be that kind of person who needs that time and space as well. Just think about things, calm down, and be like, oh, chill lah, before coming back together.
That reminded me of, actually I really agree with like not being rash, but yet still having to talk things out. Like, you know that there is a need to talk things out, but I feel like doing it in the moment might result in something that you say that you might regret because you're basing it all on your emotions.
Right.
So in that sense, I do agree with you. It's just that I was reminded of my most recent breakup, right? I handled
A mess.
Yeah, I was a mess. I handled it so badly. It was actually the worst I've seen myself through any breakup ever. And I think it's because it caught me at a very bad time, but also because it happened so suddenly. I still remember that this like ex-boyfriend of mine didn't want to answer the phone because he said, "Oh, I don't really want to talk on the phone right now." And then what did I do? I spam called him
Right.
like multiple times until he had to turn on
High
his phone.
five. I feel you. I feel you, because it's the anxiety
Yeah.
and that like,
Yeah. I felt so shit. Like, I
Right?
have
Like, you
genuinely never
can't-
felt more shit in my
right,
life.
you can't get your head, you can't get your mind anywhere else. You can't focus on anywhere else until this thing gets settled.
Yeah.
Until you know what is going on, right? I
Yeah.
get it.
But looking back, like, okay, I know I was upset and I was acting mostly on my emotions, but I feel like I should have given him space as well, knowing that it was hard for him lah. Because, I mean, I hope it was hard for him lah, because he fucking destroyed me, bro. But anyway, I shouldn't have done that. I was practically begging him, like, please answer my phone, like, please answer my call. I called him like 6-7 times in a row. It resulted in him like just going offline, going MIA. I think he turned his phone off so that he won't get noticed when I call. But I just couldn't stop calling. And then when I gave up, I was like, just turning it on him, and I don't understand why you are doing this to me. I don't understand why you are doing this to me. I don't understand why you have to leave me like hanging like that. Like, I just want to talk to you. Just let me talk to you. Please. And I was begging and like, I literally made myself cry because of the amount of effort that I was putting in, and because I wasn't receiving anything from him in that moment in time. Yeah,
Okay
so
lah,
I need to stop.
6 to 7, not that bad lah.
Oh no, what did you do? And this was in a work context. Like, I was doing this while like in
At
the
work.
office. Yeah.
Wow, that's bad.
Yeah,
As
so
in, like,
6 to
that
7
must
times,
have been
right?
bad for
Yeah.
you.
That's why I completely lost my shit and I broke down because
When
I was in such a wrong environment also.
Right.
Yeah. Admit it. How many times do you call?
Okay, can I just say, right? We're being completely honest here. We admit that these are our mistakes, and we know that this whole episode is about self-improvement and self-awareness, okay?
So don't fucking
Please do
cancel
not-
us again, motherfuckers.
please just know that we are trying to be better people. We really are trying our
We're
best.
just being honest right now.
Yeah, we're being honest and vulnerable. I call him maybe like 40 times. No, I was so scared. that
Scared about what?
he was out there cheating on me again.
Well, plot twist, he was. Okay, sorry.
I mean, Maybe not at that moment.
Yeah.
But,
Not at the moment, but eventually it happened.
but yeah.
Oh, fuck,
I mean,
man,
not even
40?
eventually, but
40
like before that
fucking
also happened
times.
already. Laugh. Fuck.
Oh my god. Okay, no, you know what? I take it back. I wasn't crazy at all. Like,
No, she's not.
I wasn't crazy
Crazy
at all.
is me.
6 to 7 times is nothing.
No, it's nothing.
Okay. No, I feel so
I
much
don't
better.
know whether 40 times was the max. I don't know. But I mean, his phone was off lah or something, but fuck it. Right? I was so
Yeah.
anxious. I could not.
He eventually pick up though.
No. He did not pick up lah. Like it didn't even I think his phone was off or something.
Also, it didn't even get through.
Yeah. I was stupid lah. I was like, maybe if I called enough times his phone were on or something. I don't know what was going through my head lah,
No.
okay? I really don't know, but I'm glad that I'm not this person anymore. I'm a little bit more calm. Like if the guy, I mean, I haven't been in another situation lah, so
Hopefully never again.
hopefully never again. No guy shall make me this crazy anymore.
No, 100% agree. I'm never gonna lose my shit for a guy that
Right.
doesn't even want me the way that I want him.
Right. Exactly. Like if you can't be bothered to talk things out with me, like maybe not in the moment, but I mean, okay, we're not blaming here. It's just that you know,
From self-reflection
hope
coming
that-
to like, again, trauma.
I hope that our future partners and even like with whoever's watching, I hope that your partners are communicative with you lah, or like willing to talk things out with you after fights, because I think that's what I really needed, and that was what scared me also, that if we don't talk about it now, we're never gonna talk about it again, because that's what happened lah. Recently, I realized I came to realize after someone confessed to me, because I felt so like safe and secure. I was a friend lah, okay. So because I felt how safe and secure I felt, our texting habits were very healthy in a sense where I trusted him wholeheartedly, right? And that's why if he didn't text me for a couple of hours, if he didn't text me for a day, I'd be like, all right, he's just busy. But that was not something that I could do with my ex. If he came online, didn't not even open my message, just came online, right? And his last scene is different from the time that he replied me, I would get so insecure.
No, me too. No, 100%.
Right.
Also, if they MIA, I have this thing where I'm scared of people dying. Like, as in,
No, it's okay. I get it. Sometimes I overthink it and I'm like, are they dead?
Yeah,
like, did something
because-
happen to them on the way?
Yeah, I 100% get that, because one of my exes did that to me before. Like he said that he was gonna kill himself and then he MIA. And then I thought that he was dead lah. Well, turns out that he wasn't lah. But this shit fucking traumatizes the living fuck out of me. So like I get so paranoid when their last scene is like too long away, or like when like, okay, to me it's fine when they come online and they don't reply. Maybe like once or twice or whatever. Like to me it's okay. But if your last scene is like more than 24 hours ago, I would start to panic a little bit. But that's just a me problem. It's a me problem. Yeah. So I have learned to not overthink as much. So ironic. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. I have learned not to skew my thought process into thinking that someone's gonna die or someone has died. Like,
We are trying.
I'm really trying. There was once, so with this same like last ex, there was once that we were still talking, and again I was in the office. Okay, like I don't know why worst things always happen when I'm in the office. So I was in the office, and then I realized that he wasn't online since like the day before when we had our last convo, which was maybe like 11 p.m. The day before, and this was already like 4 p.m. the day after. He hasn't been online since. So his last scene was his last message to me. Then I cried, and then I called Celine. I was like, do you think he's dead? And I went to the pantry, and I was like crying. I was like, oh my god, I don't know if he's alive. Like I want to call him, but I'm a bit scared. Blah blah blah. Then in the end, right, he came online at like 6 o'clock. He was like, oh sorry, I had a really busy day at work. Then I was like, what fuck, Celine? I fucked up, sia. Like, why am I so paranoid? To my very first ex, fuck you. This is something that both Ray and I have experienced, in a sense where we feel like we have given way too much. Okay, I'll speak for myself, but I feel like sometimes I give way too much to people that don't fucking deserve it. And I think this goes way beyond a relationship, like a romantic relationship, but like friendships as well. That I just put in so much effort for someone that I would later realize that they don't give two shits about me. Agree?
Especially with my ex, yes. I did a lot. I feel maybe he feels differently. We're all entitled to our own opinions. But I think in some way I felt like the intensity wasn't reciprocated, and I think the mistake was maybe not just okay. This one is, I would say it's partially on me, right? But sometimes when you give so much, also the other person might feel suffocated.
That's true.
I know I gave a lot, but it might have been to the point where it's not something I can blame him. It's not something I can blame him for. I did it out of my own will, right? And I guess the expectation to have like, oh, he's gonna do the same or he should do the same, it's not entirely unfounded, because in a relationship there should be reciprocity. But at the same time, don't overdo it until your partner feels suffocated lah. That's what I would say. And I think that to a certain extent I did that, which is not fair.
I think it's important to know when to draw the line. Yeah, which is like, I completely empathize with Rain, because I used to think that was what love was, just giving and giving and giving. But I think it's very different in the terms of like, let's say, number one, you're not giving in the same love language that the other person knows how to receive. It can come across as a bit overbearing in that sense.
Right.
And that was what I didn't realize until like quite recently lah.
Yeah. I know that at some point, towards the end of the relationship, I was giving in every way I knew how. If you want to count all the love languages, I was giving in every single aspect because I don't know what to do anymore. But I feel like it could have made it worse because
it's overwhelming lah.
Yeah, especially when the relationship's kind of breaking down already. Then this happens, right? It's like, wow, leave me alone, you know?
That's true. But in your point of view, it's like, oh, I'm using like every last straw I have to like try and make this work.
So there's definitely some conflict there where the other person just might need, again, going back to the first point I made, some space. Just very objectively, very factually, the relationship was pretty bad. And I think a lot of the mistakes that we carry into our future relationships and the mistakes that we have made in our past relationships, a lot of it stems from trauma. A lot of it stems from, at least for me, a lot of trust issues, like a breakdown of trust in the relationship. And it would definitely be an aspect that makes the relationship very toxic. So do not recommend, but all these mistakes are things that after reflection we should try to not bring into our next relationships lah. If we want it to work out.
I hope we do.
Yeah, I mean,
no, but I fully agree. I feel like I'm that kind of person that believes that things happen for a reason, and things happen, sometimes bad things, sometimes horrible things, so that we can learn from it lah. And the only way back is up lah. And there is no, I would say like, yes, like it gave you trauma, and like maybe it gave the other party trauma, and maybe it fucked you up in some way or another, but there is always an opportunity to learn and to grow from it, which is what we are trying to do right now.
I think like a good note to end like your relationship off, right, is also asking your partner what they feel like you could have done better, what they would have needed from you. But again, every relationship requires, every couple is different, right?
Yes.
So therefore y'all would have different needs. But I think it's a good thing to be more self-aware, to learn from the relationship, from every relationship that you have. And obviously don't take their words, just take your words with a pinch of salt, especially if the relationship ended on a bad note. But yeah, you'll be fine.
If you end on a bad note, I suggest you don't ask.
I mean,
Don't ask what I
can
could have
ask
done
lah.
better.
Can ask lah.
Well, I wouldn't,
It's just,
yeah.
really, I did lah. But he didn't tell me because he just like that lor.
I couldn't. I
yeah.
couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, so I just, all right, then I'll self-reflect. And I guess, yeah.
And this is what we came up with.
Yeah, well, where we at today, it's not too bad. Not too shabby.
We're still alive. Counts for
Self-awareness is
something.
key. Yeah, really that major factor in your next relationship working out, I feel. And with that, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.